Hey team, welcome back. Today I'm chatting with one of the young superstars, one of the young guns coming up here in Australia. Her future is looking very bright, and it is Bonnie Deas. Bonnie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So you just came off fresh winning a silver medal as well as getting All-Star 5 honours at the Under-19 World Cup in the Czech Republic with the Gems. And across the tournament, you averaged 12.3 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 3 assists and a steal, which is amazing. How did it feel, one, getting that silver medal around your neck, and two, getting also that individual honor that I know it's a team game, but you do work so hard for?
Yeah, no, it was an incredible experience. Obviously we projected, I think, fifth at the start of the tournament, and to come away with second, it was incredible. Um, it was just props to us girls. Like, honestly, we just played for each other. Coming away with the individual award, it was very unexpected, but no, very, very honored to receive that. So.
And we saw you had some great highlights. Your skill level is impeccable and you're still a kid. So like you're going to keep getting better. You're putting in that hard work. But like you said, you guys really did play for one another, and watching you, like I felt that as a fan watching, and it was so good. You're also playing with one of my favorite people, Manny, who absolutely love, man. She's awesome. But what was it like playing with these girls who are like you know, your best friends, your sisters? Because that energy, I loved it. You girls were so passionate, and for me, that's why I love to play.
Yeah, no, it was really good. A lot of us girls, we actually hadn't played together before, so we had a pre-nations tournament before World Cup. So I think that really helped us build like a culture and get really close with everyone. And yeah, from our first game at our pre-nations tournament to our last game, like we grew so much and everyone could tell. So I think having that really helped us like be together and connect. And then yeah, I think just on court, like I think we're just so all unselfish. Like we just all wanted to play for each other, and Renee like kind of instilled that confidence into us. And yeah, no, it was so good to be a part of.
And can you tell us a bit about the prep? Because not a lot of people see, I guess, the behind the scenes, or how much you are together, or how little you actually play games together. Can you give us a little bit of idea what that looks like?
Yeah, of course. So we all flew to Portugal. I think we were there for about a week. We played Canada, Portugal, and Spain. So we had about 4 games. We played Portugal twice, and yeah, it was really cool. Like we trained every day. It was a beautiful weather in Portugal too, so we did a lot of swimming and a lot of exploring there. So it was really cool. But yeah, it was definitely necessary for us because yeah, we hadn't been together since our last camp. So yeah, I think that was a massive contributor to why we were so successful at the tournament. So.
And obviously you had your round games, and then you go into your quarterfinals and your semis. What was the feeling in the group as well as you individually? Were you confident? Were you guys nervous? Because it's a big stage, and it means a lot to you, and you want that medal. Whatever, obviously you're going for gold, but you want to be up on that stage. What were the emotions running through you when you entered into finals?
Yeah, 100%. Well, we had our first game cancelled, obviously, to Mali because they couldn't be there. So we were just honestly just so ready to play. We just wanted to play on the big stage and play for each other. So yeah, obviously there was a lot of nerves going to quarterfinals in Hungary. That definitely wasn't an easy game. We treated every team as a really hard game to play against, and we played some big teams like France and Canada. And yeah, no, a lot of nerves, but yeah, it was really exciting times.
And going into the gold medal game, obviously the rival of the USA, what was it like to go up against a country where, like Australia, but of course they have way more of a population of just players that are really good, or they're ranked number one coming out of high school? Like, what was it like to play against people of that caliber?
Yeah, it was yeah, again, really exciting. We didn't want to change anything about our game plan. We just, obviously we had to scout the full 12 roster team. But yeah, we just wanted to keep playing physical, keep playing for each other, moving the ball. And yeah, obviously didn't win, but I think we still gave them a good crack at it. So
You sure did. You gave them a run for your money for sure. And I think It's so great because I think back when I went to under 19 Worlds in Chile and played for the Gems, and feel like it's setting yourself up now for almost that senior career. You're almost sort of saying goodbye to the juniors. You want to put your best foot forward. It's an exciting time as well as sort of sad, like a little bit. But how did you deal, I guess, with all the attention that was on you? Because look, there wasn't that much social media back in my day, but there's so much social media now. How do you deal with that? Of course, because you guys are still young.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of exposure while we were over there, and I think it was a shock to some of us girls. Whether that was like people making edits of us, like we honestly just had a bit of a giggle at like comments and stuff. So, yeah, it was pretty cool to get a lot of exposure on social media, but we just keep playing our game and didn't really let any of like the negative side of things get to us.
Oh, I love that. And just when you were presented with that medal, like tell us that feeling that you had. What was that like? And singing the anthem.
Yeah, it was honestly pretty special. Just I think it didn't sink in for me until maybe 10 minutes after we actually got the medal, because obviously still upset from the loss. But yeah, I think it was just incredible. Like the day after too, we're just thinking, wow, like we're second in the world. This is pretty crazy. Like we did not expect to come away, with a medal, and let alone coming second. So yeah, it was pretty special.
And it's a credit to you girls because back in my day, like I said, we came fourth, and that was the best a Gems had done in 7 years. And I just think it's a credit to Australian basketball and how good you girls are getting, as well as just our country. And it's like you said, you're second in the world. Can you explain a bit about that loss? Because I think for people it's hard, right? You just won a silver medal, but your last game, like you said, you also lost. So you're crying, then
Yeah.
you're happy. Like, work us through that. Explain that a little bit.
I honestly can't even explain it because it's just such a mix of emotions. Like, you lose it, you lose the final, and then, it's still amazing. Like, you came second, but you've just lost. So it's kind of like a lot of people say they'd prefer to come third because you end up with a win and you get a bronze medal. But no, I think after probably the next day is when it hit me and I was like, wow, second, it's incredible. But yeah, probably that day I was more a bit, not salty, but,
Yeah.
but yeah, like a bit more upset.
And how did you and the team and the coaching staff celebrate after, you got that medal? Can you give us a bit of tea?
There wasn't really much celebrations. Like we just, we did a lot of like swapping with other teams. Like we swapped gear. That was pretty
Yeah.
fun. I got a lot of the gear going away. Yeah, just kind of just celebrated just with each other, like hanged out in the rooms, had a bit of a late night. But yeah, no, it was good.
And what was it like when you came home and you were back with your family, your friends, back with Frankston in NBL one? What was it like coming home, to your close people and being able to share, this experience and success with them?
Yeah, no, it was pretty special. My brothers and my dad rocked up to the airport, and my brother had this big sign of me when I was younger, and it just says like "Go Bonnie Deas" on it. So that was pretty cute to see them. And then dad took the day off, and then mum finished work early to spend time with me. And yeah, they told me that their sleep schedules were cooked from the early games that we had. But no, it was just so special, and I was just so happy to see my family and spend time with them again because it was a long trip away. So.
And how long were you away for from your like the I guess, games as well as a full tournament?
I think it was like 3.5 weeks, I think. So yeah, it was a pretty long time.
Yeah, almost a month. Almost.
Yeah.
Well, you should be so proud of yourself, you and the Gems girls and Renee, the coaching staff. It was amazing to watch you girls because, yeah, it gives you goosebumps. It's so exciting to see Australian basketball females just be, on that world stage, being recognized. So give yourself a big pat on the back and definitely enjoy it while you can.
No, thank you.
And then now I sort of want to go back to how you got to, where you were. So you were at the Center of Excellence where you were on scholarship there for 2 years in 2023 and 2024. Can you give us a bit of an insight of how you feel like maybe that helped shape you in your young career? Because same thing, I've walked in those shoes. It was the Australian Institute of Sport back in that day, but I loved it there. Can you tell everyone a bit about what actually goes down at the COE and your training schedule?
Yeah, I think the COE was has made a massive impact on my career. I came into the COE on scholarship injured, so for like 6 months I think. So they really rebuilt me, the way I ran, my back and all my injuries that I had. So I think that was like the biggest part for me, that I was surrounded by like the medical staff that were supporting me and teaching me how to load my body and how to manage it correctly. So that was probably one of the biggest takeaways at the COE. But I think just learning how to be professional, how you eat, how you sleep, training schedules. And yeah, I honestly love the COE. Like, it was my dream to get a scholarship to go there. So, yeah, no, I thrived in that environment. And I think that's why I'm so excited for college as well, because they're pretty similar environments. So, yeah.
And you just mentioned, like you said, you've had some injuries and, they've included a quad, a back, an ankle, and they weren't just, oh, you're out for a week or two. They were month-long injuries. You're young, and I think that's amazing. Like you said, you've learnt a lot about recovery, and I think that will extend and prolong your career for sure, because recovery is like my religion, to be honest. Um, but how did you deal with that mentally? Because also being at the COE, watching your best mates go and train and do what you love, and we chose a team sport for a reason. It's hard because you're on the sidelines and you're doing a lot of your workouts by yourself. Some of them are with the girls, but a lot it's hard. Can you let us know how you got through that period as well?
Yeah, I think especially in the lead up to Worlds, I was also injured. So that was really hard. And I think you just have to not compare yourself to other people. Like, it's you versus you. You're on your own journey. And I think like that was really hard for me, especially on the lead up to Worlds, because I'm thinking like I'm just doing rehab, a lot of conditioning, a lot of gym stuff where I know people are getting in reps on court. And that's all I really wanted to do before Worlds, to build my confidence. But I think, yeah, it's just important to make sure that you're just focusing on you and your journey. And as long as you're working hard, I think that's just the main thing.
And I think that's massive for anyone of any age to hear what you've just said. And I think it proves as well, if you're looking after yourself and you have that, look, a lot of it is up here and it's that mentality you have. And look, it shows. Of course, you want to win the team medal, but you also got that All-Star 5 honor. And I think it does show you, look, I'm not always going to be on the basketball court, but I can work on other things that can still make me good at my job. And I think that would have been a massive credit to you. And did that also instill you with some confidence of like, it's okay. Like, if I'm not getting reps in every day because I can't, oh, I'm still going to be okay. Like, this is now proof in the pudding.
Yeah, it was definitely something I struggled with in the lead up, but yeah, walking away with All-Star 5, it just shows that like it's not just everything that you're doing on court, but it's also everything you're doing off court. Like, I at the start of the tournament, I did not expect anything like that, to be getting that. Like, and I'm honestly so honored to be able to receive that. But yeah, I guess you just got to trust the process, I guess.
Amen. Honestly, trust the process. Like, because you're going to have ups and downs. You won't make teams, or maybe you've had a bad game, or you get injured, and it's just about how you ride that wave. But if you know you're putting the best in yourself, like, it's going to come through. So I think that's really important. And then after the COE, you were there for your 2 years. You then signed with the Sydney Flames on an amateur contract, and you were there for the 2024-25 season. And for a youngster, you had some great experience. In Sydney also, they had some injuries as well, but you averaged around 15 minutes over 19 games. And that's a lot. You're fresh, you're coming in, you had a great squad. How was that experience entering the WNBL? How did you feel? Because now, like, this is the pros.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. I loved my time in Sydney. I loved the team, and yeah, obviously it was very unexpected with all the injuries we had, but that arose a lot of opportunities for me towards the back end of the season to be able to play more minutes and to start in the finals, which if you'd asked me at the start of the season if that was going to happen, I would have been like, no, definitely not. But yeah, no, I think being able to play a season of pro before I go over to college has definitely helped me so much and taught me so much. And being around people like Kayla and Celeste and Shanice, like, it was just incredible.
And what particular things do you think you took away from that season, whether it be on court, off court, or like you said, from your teammates or from Guy, your coach? Like, what are a couple of things you're like, okay, I know I need to do this or work on that or keep consistent with this in order to keep growing as a player?
Yeah, I took away a lot of things, especially from Guy, just like my footwork on my shot, like I've completely changed that. The spacing, the importance of spacing on the court and how that's gonna advantage you. And something I'm still working on is just like being really slow coming off on balls. Still need to do that a bit better. But yeah, and just like being a pro and like what it takes to be a pro. And yeah, I took away so many things.
And Guy Malloy, he was my coach. He
Yeah.
honestly gave me a jump shot and worked on my footwork. So I exactly know what you're doing. But honestly, learning that stuff helps you in the end. But yeah,
100%.
shout out to Guy for putting in all them hours on the footwork. But
100%.
you now have decided to, well, you committed to play for the Arkansas Razorbacks in the US college system. What made you decide, okay, I want to go to college over WNBL?
Um, yeah, I had an experience with the NBA Academy back in 2023, and I think that I just loved it and it was so exciting and it was really fun. So I decided from then like I definitely want to go to college and I got a lot of college exposure when I went to other international tournaments. So yeah, from then on I was like, yeah, like I really want to do this. And obviously playing a season of WNBL, like I loved it and enjoyed it so much. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for college and I know I can always come back to WNBL afterwards. So yeah.
Exactly. And you're obviously your future is extremely bright and you had other offers on the table. What is it that makes you choose a college, like one college over another? Like what was it for you that you personally were like, was it easy decision? Was it hard? Like what made you fall in love with the Razorbacks?
I think, yeah, it is a very hard decision because, like, as internationals, all you're doing is doing FaceTime calls and Zoom calls, and there's only so much of a vibe you can get through that. But I think as soon as, yeah, I did my visits, I just fell in love with the Razorbacks. I loved the college, like the campus, the coaching staff, the way they did things on court. Yeah, I loved it. And I think, yeah, for me, after my visits, it was no brainer with Arkansas.
And when do you actually leave? Like, what's the timeline now? Like, you've had a whirlwind of a year, like you said, injuries, stressing the hell out. Then, then we went to Wells, and you're like, it's all Gucci. I have a silver medal now. I'm feeling good. When do you go?
I leave like August 16th, so less than 3 weeks now. So it's getting real now.
Oh, oh my God, it is. And so, what does this process like? You go over there. You live on campus, obviously, like you're studying, but does the training start straight away? Like, do you actually know any of this?
Yeah, I'm the last one to go there. So a lot of people did summer school, but because I'd committed to doing NBL one with Frankston and Worlds, and I said I wanted to come a bit later, so I'm going to be the very last on the roster to turn up. I asked one of the other girls yet, have they done conditioning yet and all that stuff, and they said no, they're doing it in August, so I'm coming at the perfect time. But yeah, no, they get all into it as soon as I get there, basically. So
Oh. And you're like, rats, I've just been doing conditioning for 6 months. Why couldn't you
yeah,
do it in July? And
I know. I
do you
literally thought they would have started it, but yeah. Anyway,
saving it for Bonnie? That's it.
yeah.
And do you have any previous relationships with anyone there, or are you going in and like everything's completely new for you?
Um, there's only one girl that I played in a tournament with one time overseas at a BWB camp. So what I had like a 3 day, 3 day team with her, but that's about it. I don't really know anyone. One of the girls from the Spain team over in Worlds was there as well from my team. But no, honestly, don't really know many people.
And are you excited, obviously, about this, like a little bit scared? Just like, what are your feelings going over knowing, like, okay, I'm now entering like this next chapter of my basketball journey?
I think I'm honestly so ready. Like I said, I love the center of excellence and how they run things there, and it's so similar to college. And I just can't wait to get into that routine. Like I love routine, I love schedules, so I can't wait to do that and just get into that. So I'm not even really that nervous. I'm honestly just so excited for the new chapter.
Oh, no, that's so like exciting and refreshing to hear. And obviously you can't wait. Are there a few things about the college system that you're like, I cannot wait for this? Like, this is just something that's not back home here in Australia.
Probably, honestly, just the schedule. I probably sound like a crazy person, but just like having gym, having training, and then, having school, like just a schedule that I can just do every single day. Because at home, it's a bit different. Like mum might want me to cook dinner, like, and it's just not in my schedule. Like I'm just someone who just runs by a schedule. So, yeah, I'm just excited for that and just to live in my own apartment and yeah, just explore as well.
I think that's good though, that if you love a schedule and routine, yeah, people might be like, I sound like a psycho, but that makes you good at what you do. That's what like takes you to that next level. And, I think just really it shows that you're ready, like you're in your prime and you're willing to do whatever it takes. And I guess, you're entering this new chapter. What, I guess, do you think the next 4 years look like for you?
Um, Hopefully just a lot of growth, getting better. Yeah, just a lot of growth in my basketball, in the gym. Hopefully get a degree. Well, yeah, we'll get a degree. Um, yeah, just a lot of growth, hopefully.
And do you see yourself, obviously, you're also going to college to be like, I want to make the WNBA. That's like, I'm sure what end goal is. Do you have any future plans besides the W? Would you want to come back home and ever play in the WNBL? Would you want to go to Europe? And I know these are some very long-term goals, but what does, I guess, long-term Bonnie look like?
I've definitely thought of these and I definitely want to go play in Europe. I definitely want that experience. I loved Europe and what it was like over there from basing off what I was when I was in World, sorry. But yeah, no, definitely want to play in Europe. Definitely want to return to the WNBL again. Like I loved my rookie season. It was really cool. And yeah, obviously I really want to play for the Opals, hopefully in the Olympics one day. So yeah, I got a lot of goals that I do think about often.
And in terms of basketball, for people who, may be new to Bonnie and what she's doing on the court, what do you bring? What's, I guess, a few things that you're like, I'm known for this on the basketball court, and what are a few things you want to improve on in your basketball game?
Yeah, for people that don't know me, I'd definitely say I'm very physical. I like to, yeah, be physical and I like to classify myself as a hustle player. And just doing the little things like rebounding, 50-50, getting the 50-50 ball. And I love defense as well. I love to play defense. I love being that person that's assigned to the person that's like the best player on the other team. So that's like my favorite thing ever to do. Um, yeah, and then things I want to work on is probably just on offense, like just slowing down and not just going at 100 miles per hour, especially over on ball screens. And yeah, probably just yeah, more consistency in my shot. But yeah.
Oh, well, the future is definitely looking very, very bright. And also, don't even worry about the speed thing because I was exactly the same. I was so quick going million miles an hour, and you do. You grow, you get used to the pace of everything, and like college is going to be absolutely amazing for you. Do you have any? I know you're still young. You're a youngster in all of us and our eyes, but do you have any, I guess, words of wisdom, I guess, for the younger generation below you who are maybe going through an injury or maybe they want to go to college? Just like any advice for hardships that you've gone through and experienced?
Yeah, I'd probably just say like what I said earlier, just don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Like it's so different. Like if you look at Manny, Amelia and I, we all came from the same high school and we all ended up completely different journeys and all in the same World Cup team. So I think yeah, just don't compare your journey to anyone else. It's you versus you. And yeah, just work hard on everything you do. They're probably some of the things I just live by. And I also love to live by everything happens for a reason. That's one of my favorite things as well.
Amen. I couldn't, you know what? You maybe end up getting a tattoo of that while you're over in the States,
I
but don't.
probably will, I won't lie. I probably will.
Or it has to happen. I feel like it's just that's a thing that we do.
Yeah,
Ah.
100%.
And then I want to go back to the Worlds just for a little bit because obviously that was just absolutely amazing. What's one of, a few of your couple favorite moments being a gem and being with those girls? Like you said, it's insane that you all had different journeys and then you got there in the end. But what were some special moments for you?
I think one of the special moments was probably before the World Cup just started. Our team manager and assistant coach had put together like a clip of all our families like wishing us luck, and it was a surprise. And yeah, everyone just got really emotional, and it was just yeah, it was such a special moment before the World Cup, and I think it just fired us all to want to do really well. So that was probably one of the special moments, and obviously receiving silver was a very special moment as well. Um but yeah, no, there was some incredible moments. So yeah.
And is there any, like we said, we saw you on a few highlight reels. Was there any play that you remember as a team or by yourself that you were like, oh, that was nice?
Probably Satea's block in the gold medal match was pretty insane. Like absolutely hustled back on D and just blocked the hell out of one of the girls. Oh, probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, blocked the hell out of one of the girls. So that was a pretty cool moment. Yeah, there was a lot of big plays from everyone. So yeah, it was pretty special.
I know it was so good, especially here on basketball.com. Obviously, they were putting it out all over the place, but it was so entertaining to watch you and the Gems. And you should be super proud, Bonnie, of that silver medal that I'm sure is hanging up somewhere nice that you can look at all the time. And also, congrats on the All-Star 5 honors. But can't wait to see what you do over at Arkansas. And I think it's going to be a super exciting, new chapter for you. And I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me as well. It's been great.
No, thank you so much for coming on, Bonnie. And it was great to know your story. And it's only just the beginning, but I can't wait we'll have to chat with you again soon. Well, once you're over there and get some more of the tea about your life over in college.
100% sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, for the rest of you team, make sure you tune in next week as we chat more things basketball around the globe. It's a Cole Well.